Imagine you're standing in front of two doors. One door leads to a path full of struggles, failures, and hard work. The other door leads to an easy life, free of challenges. Which door would you choose? Most people would rush to the easy path, thinking it leads to happiness. After all, who wants to struggle? Who wants to face failure? The easy path looks so tempting, so comfortable. But what if I told you that the first door, the one full of struggles, is the real gateway to success? What if everything you dream of, success, happiness, strength, is hidden behind that difficult door? This is the story of a young boy named Jamie, who discovered this truth in the most unexpected way. A story that will change the way you look at struggles forever. Jamie was an ordinary boy from a small village. He didn't have expensive clothes or fancy toys, but there was something special about him. Unlike other kids, he never complained about his problems. When something went wrong, he didn't cry or run away. He accepted life as it came and always looked for ways to solve challenges on his own. One day, his father, an old farmer, took him to a hill near their village. They walked up the hill, and at the top, Jamie saw something strange. A large, mysterious stone. It was huge, bigger than anything he had ever seen. His father pointed at the stone and said, "Jamie, push this stone with all your strength." Jamie looked at his father in confusion. "Father, how can I move this huge stone? It's impossible." His father didn't argue. He simply smiled and said, "Try." Jamie hesitated. He didn't understand why his father wanted him to do this, but he respected him, so he placed his hands against the stone and pushed as hard as he could. Jamie pressed his hands against the cold surface of the stone. He pushed with all his might, his arms trembling under the pressure. But the stone didn't move an inch. He took a deep breath and tried again. Still nothing. Days passed. Every morning, his father took him to the same spot and asked him to push the stone. And every day Jamie tried, but the result was always the same. The stone never moved. He began to feel frustrated. "Father, this is useless. I've been pushing for weeks, but the stone hasn't moved at all. What's the point of this?" His father simply listened and said, "Keep going." Jamie wanted to quit. He felt like a failure. But deep inside, something told him to keep trying. So, every day he pushed. Even when his arms hurt, even when his legs felt weak, even when his mind screamed at him to stop. One morning, after another failed attempt, Jamie sat down by a small pond near the hill. He felt tired, hopeless. He looked at his reflection in the water and suddenly, his eyes widened in shock. His arms had become stronger. His shoulders were broader. His legs were firm and powerful. He had changed. His father, standing behind him, smiled. "You see, my son, the goal was never to move the stone. It was to make you stronger." Jamie's frustration disappeared. He finally understood. The real lesson wasn't about moving the rock. It was about pushing himself beyond his limits. It was about becoming better, stronger, and more capable with each attempt. With his newfound strength, Jamie felt a new sense of confidence. He no longer saw the stone as a problem, but as an opportunity. The next day, when his father took him back to the stone, Jamie didn't hesitate. He placed his hands on the rock and pushed. To his surprise, the stone moved slightly. His father laughed. "See? You have grown strong enough to move what once seemed impossible." Jamie realized that struggles are not meant to break us, but to build us. If he had given up earlier, he would have never discovered his true strength. Life is just like that stone. Every struggle, every challenge, every failure is like pushing that rock. You may think you're not making progress, but with each attempt, you're becoming stronger, wiser, and more capable. Most people give up when they don't see instant results. they think their hard work is wasted. But in reality, every effort is shaping them into something greater. The people who keep pushing, who keep trying, who keep believing, they are the ones who succeed. So, the next time life puts a giant stone in your path, don't run away. Push it. Keep pushing. Not because you expect it to move, but because the act of trying will make you stronger. One day, you will look back and realize that the struggles you faced were actually shaping you into the person you were meant to be. If this story inspired you, share it with someone who needs to hear this today. And remember, success isn't about how fast you reach the top. It's about how strong you become on the way there. Stay strong, stay patient, and keep pushing forward. I'll see you in the next video with another inspiring story. Until then, keep believing in yourself.